This is Just a Thought, a podcast for parents ready to change their mind and change their lives. This podcast is packed full of the one thing that will change your life, your parenting, and your relationships. Don't believe me? It's just a thought. I'm your host, Christina Stead, and this is episode 11, Why I Didn't Want to Do This Podcast. Hi there! 11 episodes. How cool is that? It's fun to have you back and listening again if this is your 11th time listening. And if this is your first time, welcome. There are 11 other episodes in this podcast series if you're interested in them. I hope you listen and stick around. Subscribe if you want to so you can get notified when my next Thursday Thought comes out next week. You can also listen to my podcast and download it using the link below if you want to listen offline. You have options, my friend. I am excited about this podcast today. I want to share some of the things I've thought and experienced because of my thoughts while I've been podcasting this past year. The year of 2020 and all the new experiences this year has brought us all. I've been a fan of listening to other people's podcasts for a few years now. I enjoy having something interesting and hopefully helpful to listen to while I do the things that don't take a lot of brain power to do or just aren't very much fun for my brain. Things like vacuuming, cleaning toilets, folding laundry, they all become way more fun to me when I can listen to something new or talk to someone on the phone. I get out of my own brain for a while, although I love my brain dearly. But when it's time for a 10-minute house tidy, I like to plug in my headphones and I go. But I have to be careful because sometimes I'm enjoying myself so much that my 10-minute tidy turns into a 2-hour overhaul and I can't stop cleaning. It's funny how long it takes to talk myself into doing something sometimes. But when I get started, I actually enjoy doing it so much I might not even want to stop. Anyway, through the years, I found myself often making podcasts or writing essays in my own head in response to what other people have said, their content, or I've had aha moments as I figure out ways to do things that work for me or thoughts that motivate and inspire me. And I really wanted to share what I was learning. So I tried to blog for a while, but I felt like it was so hard to say what I wanted to say without my voice. So I decided to try podcasting. I love being able to use my sounds as well as my words when I talk to you. I think the things I've learned and experienced aren't just for me to learn from. I think they're for you to learn from too. We all have value and truth to bring to the table of life, to share with each other. And this is an area I felt I have strength and something to say. So I mentioned I wanted to make a podcast to my husband, and he was super supportive, which was fun. And he helped show me what to do, how to get started, what programs to use, and help me make decisions, which is the hardest part, by the way, the making the decisions. When I had decided I was going to do it, then I struggled to decide where to start. And so if you've listened to the first couple podcasts, you'll know that he finally convinced me to make my second podcast first, which I know it's incredibly silly, but it got me going. So my podcast began, and the first one was fun, and the second one was fun. And as I would post them for the first time, I always get this crazy adrenaline rush, and I enjoy the exciting thoughts, wondering what the response will be, wondering who will listen, if anyone will listen. Maybe if everyone in the world will listen. And then there are all the thoughts after that are a reflection of my beliefs, the thoughts that I'm in a habit of thinking. I'll start critiquing my work. Sometimes my brain will want to talk to me about what I think other people will think about my podcast and about me, about my children, about my parenting. And so then I have to politely remind my brain that what they think is none of my business. And then I ask my brain what it thinks of what I have created. And my brain likes to go on a heyday with that question too. It wants to remind me that I don't know everything there is to know, that there are parts of my podcast that are horrible, parts that might not be true, parts that are boring to listen to. My brain likes to sneak in comparisons of my work to others' work and say, well, you did this better than so-and-so, but you probably won't ever be as good as, so-and-so. So you probably shouldn't even try. And then I like to remind my brain as I drop a pot in the dishwasher and start the machine that I'm going to focus on me and not them. And I'm going to do what I think is helpful, beautiful, and fun, even if I do it differently or wrong or weird. And that's that. I might also lecture my brain with the thought that comparison is the thief of joy. And then my brain will spend some time dissecting that thought, trying to decide what's true and what's not true about that thought. But sometimes during certain times of the month when my energy level drops and my circumstances, me feeling vulnerable and more tired than other times, my brain can be a little ruthless. It likes to tell me, see what a mess you are? You don't know what you're talking about. How dare you try to tell other people how to be happy when you feel so sad sometimes? There is nothing you can do. Everyone is going to be miserable, including you. My brain also likes to tell me I don't do anything right. It likes to tell me that I have already failed. Because of me, everyone is going to mess up too. Isn't that funny? But these are the moments I'm most afraid of. These are the moments I knew would come when I began, and these are the moments that almost convinced me not to try. But I feel differently now. I think differently now. I sit with my own brain in these moments of pain and self-doubt and self-loathing, and I cry and I feel it. And I know if I changed my thoughts, I probably wouldn't feel this way. But it's okay that I have these thoughts and feel this way. I'm going to be there for myself and love myself and root for myself. I'm going to love myself so well that if other people want to know how to love me, they will know by watching how I love myself and how I love them. This is what I want for me now. I know that I am the only one who can really make me feel loved. I am the only person who can really be kind or mean to me. I am the only person who knows what I need and can fulfill or deprive that need. So in these moments, when I feel these growing pains of creating something new, I'm here for me. I've got my back. And when I make mistakes and do things wrong, I'll figure it out. And my brain likes the sound of that. Because if there is one thing that my brain likes, it's having something to figure out. So I want to know, how do you feel when you create something? Do you feel these same highs and lows that I feel when I'm trying to create something, or is it different for you? What thoughts are you thinking as you create and after? Do you like what you've created? Either way, I hope you keep creating, because you and I will benefit from all that you have to offer. This is Christina Stead, and this is Just a Thought.